Hey, welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to compile a list of my must-have CAS mods for The Sims 4. I'm also going to include my current defaults in this list since a lot of you guys have been wondering. I do plan on doing like a separate video later down the line, just kind of showcasing some of my favorite hairs and makeup and accessory items, as well as like some skin details. For this video, it's just going to be strictly mods and then also my defaults, since I kind of feel like that ties into it. First thing that I want to talk about is the CAS lighting mod that I currently use. Not to be confused with a G-Shade preset. I've actually done a separate video entirely showing you what G-Shade and mods I use to get my game looking the way that it does. If you'd like to see that video, I'll be sure to link it down below. But what I'm referring to is a mod that changes the light distribution in CAS. It's kind of hard to show you the difference it makes here, so I'm going to take you over to the creator page. The creator's name is simply Judah, and as you can see, there are a bunch of different presets, I guess you could call them, of this particular lighting mod that you can choose. You can only have one in at a time, which I think is kind of self-explanatory, but you can choose from city light, city torchlight, and neutral light torchlight, which is obviously a little combination of a few of these different presets. And essentially what it does is it just changes the direction of where the light is coming from in CAS, kind of giving you this really cool effect. Also, another thing, if you did decide to upload a sim while you're using this CAS lighting preset onto the gallery, it'll actually transfer over in their gallery photo, which I think is pretty cool. Let's talk about CAS backgrounds. I have been using a lot of different backgrounds. Actually, I switch them out quite frequently, and lately I've been switching them out just depending on what type of CAS I've been doing. Thankfully, LCAS has a lot to choose from. The one that I'm currently using is the walk-in version 1, and I love this because it's literally just like a little walk-in closet. You have suitcases, shoes, clothes, a full-size mirror, which is amazing. It's definitely, you know, throwing it back to the, is it Sims 2 where we have the mirrors? I can't really recall, but anyway, I love her background, so you should definitely check them out. I can almost guarantee that in every Simmers must-have CAS mods list, they will have the columns mod. By default, we only get 2 columns, so we have to scroll for days just to find an item that we want. However, with this mod, you're able to choose how many columns you would like to have in your game. So for me personally, I like the 4. I feel like the 5 is a little too big, and I feel like the 3 is just a little too small. This next mod is one that definitely took me a really long time to warm up to, and now I don't think I could live without it. It is the Stand Still version 2 mod by Helgatisha, and basically what it does is it, well, makes your Sims stand still so they're not flailing all over the friggin' place when you're trying to style them. Speaking of not flailing all over the place, mod number 5 is a CAS tuning mod for tattoos and fingers. I know that's kind of confusing, but let me explain. So normally when you, let's just say, want to like check out or maybe give your some fingernail polish, they would normally turn to their side and like zoom into their hand all awkwardly. But now when you click fingernails, your Sims will go into a much more appealing position, and this is what it looks like for the females. It's actually different for the males too, which is kind of cool. So let's just really quick play around a little bit here, and I'll show you what that looks like. So I love that there's actually 2 different poses for both males and females. Now this mod also takes it one step further too when it comes to tattoos. So when you have your Sim go into the tattoo category, let's say to assign a tattoo, when you click on a tattoo, it would normally, like, you know, go to the place of where you're applying the tattoo, but now your Sim just kind of like stands still. So I really like that too. It just makes, you know, creating Sims in CAS just so much more easier, and to be honest with you, a lot less aggravating. Another thing that drives me absolutely bonkers in The Sims 4 is that often randomized Sims will come with a bunch of ornaments, whether it's just makeup and accessories that don't make a hell of a lot of sense. So this next mod by Simply and Judah is kind of a hidden gem. What it essentially does is it by default will take off all of the accessories and makeup off of random Sims, including Sims in Create a Sim. So you kind of get close to a blank slate here. We can even take it one step further and head into the next mod by Selena CC that is a styled look, and it is called Fresh Start. Once you click on it, it actually removes everything from your Sim. Hairs, just the clothing that they're wearing. I think it might even remove accessories if that was something your Sim had on them. But one thing I've noticed, for whatever reason, as it currently isn't removing the shoes. But for me, that really isn't a huge deal. And you might also notice that I only have one styled look now, and that is because I have the Styled Looks Hider by Mizora Yuki. I do have one disclaimer. If you do decide to download the Styled Looks Hider, it hasn't been updated for the recent Grunge Revival kit, so you will notice that you will have the Grunge Revival styled looks in your game. The reason mine doesn't is because I actually had to manually update it myself, but unfortunately, due to Mizora Yuki's terms and conditions, I'm not able to share that with you. Technically, mod number 9 isn't a default mod, but it is an absolute must-have. I've been using it since the dawn of time, and I do believe there is a version of this mod that you can have active by default. It is called the Remove EA Eyelashes, and it is by Kajiko. So right now, my sim, she is just showcasing her lovely, luscious CC lashes, but if I was to remove this bad boy, she would have those nasty, thick EA eyelashes obstructing the view of her beautiful CC eyelashes. And once you apply it, it basically takes care of that problem, and it allows you to use a ton of different eye shapes. And the best thing about it is if you did decide that you wanted the EA eyelashes for whatever reason, all you have to do is just go back into skin details and deactivate it. If you've ever wondered what's the default skin that I use, I am currently using Pluto by Sammy XOX. I have used this skin as my default skin for probably over a year. It's been a really long time. I've tried other ones, but no matter what, I always just gravitate towards this one. I always go back to it just because I love how subtle it is. It's very friendly, but it just has like a few extra little details to it. I just absolutely adore it. Also, if you're like, Jen, your Sim's belly is so freaking cute, is that part of the skin? Unfortunately, it's not. It's actually a belly overlay, again, by Sammy XOX. And the cool thing about this is that you could actually choose between different types of belly, I guess, types or physiques maybe would be a better word. Also, while we're here, another thing that I actually really like is this little face overlay. I'm not exactly sure who the creator of this face overlay is. I feel like I just like screwed this up because I could have done it through tattoos, but then I really should have just done it through skin details. But what this face overlay does is it kind of just adds a little extra definition to your sim. So like you can see her ears just have a little more definition, and you can also control like the strength of it too. I just made her look more like Ariana Grande than she already did. It wasn't intentional, but the cool thing about this face overlay too is that there's some for like older age. You know, we have like wrinkles and frown lines and eye bags, and then I think there's even like more severe degrees of that as well, just depending on kind of what you're going for. So it's a fun little face overlay that I definitely like to use in conjunction with my default skin. For my default eyes, I use Eyes by Simulanity. I don't think there's an actual name for this eye set, but what I really love about it is again how friendly it looks, and also there is a very wide range of eye colors. So many different blues and greens and hazels, and even like more deeper, darker like shades of brown and even black. So there's just like a wide range here of different types of eye colors, and I don't know, I really like this set. And again, I've tried other ones, but this is just the one that I keep going back to. And for last but certainly not least are my default teeth. I've been asked so many times like what default teeth did I use or do I use, and I currently use two different sets. I use the set by Magic Bot, and this is what they look like. There's like a gold grill, some like scary looking teeth probably for mermaids or something, and just a variety of different types of chompers. We even got chompers with braces, and I feel like teeth are so personal, so for all my sims to have the exact same teeth, that's just not very realistic. So I love that Magic Bot has a nice little range, and I think there might even be more than this, honestly. Another set that I really like is by Unisim. Kyle from our Growing with the Grovers LP actually has these teeth, and I remember somebody being like, hey, like what is wrong with his teeth? And I'm like, they're just perfectly imperfect, you know what I'm saying? And so again, teeth just really add a lot of character to Sims, and they're just another CAS mod that I seriously cannot live without. Anyways, that pretty much wraps it up for this video. If there's anything that you want to download here today, I will be sure to link it on my website at XUrbanSimsX.com, and if you have any CAS must-haves that you want to share with me, please feel free to do so down in the comments below. And with that said, don't forget to go ahead and comment, rate, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below where the sun does not shine, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys.